Hello, and welcome to Questions with Sir. One of my students asked me, Sir, why do we sound differently on the recordings? Well, first we have to learn how we hear. Let's start from the outside in. So, we hear with our ears. Yeah, we all know that. But how we hear with our ears? The air vibrates and it goes to our outer ear. Our outer ear has something called pinna, which is our earlobe, and auditory channel, which is inside this hole that we see. The air, which vibrates, goes through this hole into something called a middle ear, which we can't see. In the middle ear, we have an eardrum, which vibrates when the air hits it. Inside we have three little bones which vibrate the same way as the eardrum vibrates, and they are connected to something which is called the inner ear. In the inner ear we have a labyrinth made out of bones, but in the part which is called Cochlear, or in Greek Cochlear, which means a snail shell, we can find tiny hair-like cells which receive this vibration through the fluid that is in our inner ear. Same like our optic nerves and our optic receptors send the image back to our brain, also those little hair-like cells send these signals to the brain, and then the brain creates the feeling of sound. So, why do we hear ourselves differently on the recording and when we speak? Well, we also have to have in mind that our vocal cords are vibrating and sending this sound through our throat up to our skull, and the sound goes through the skull to these hair-like receptors in our inner ear, and the sound of the voice reverberating from our surroundings and the sound from our skull gets mixed and gets to our brain. So that is how we hear ourselves. There is one more thing, and that's the sound recording equipment, microphones, and the sound recording itself, and also the speakers have different settings. So the sound that comes to our ears goes through so many changes. That's why we sound completely different to ourselves from the recordings and from what we hear our voice from our head. Also, if you want to know how we see colors and how many colors there are, you can check link in the description below. And this is how I sound to myself. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Questions with Sir. Keep the questions coming and see you on the next one. Bye!